New ice. Clippers rookie point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, despite losing, scored 25 points in Game 4. That's the most by a Clippers rookie in postseason history. We have a lot of those. Yeah, we have a Game 6 tonight, and a powerhouse second round starts the weekend. But like any season, playoff season is Woj season. The NBA world keeps on turning. Here's the man with answers to any question you could possibly have. He's going to make us a little smarter, Woj. And I'm starting with the Lakers, obviously, because that's where we are. The search for their new coach. Where are we?
Michelle, Lakers ownership met with Monty Williams, I'm told, for 5.5 hours last night in Philadelphia. He's in Toronto with the Sixers tonight. He's meeting with Suns officials about their opening. And, you know, a few things from these interviews and meetings. You know, one, it's been made clear to all the candidates in this process, when they, especially Ty Lue and Monty Williams, when they've sat down with Jeanie Buss and ownership, is that Rob Pelinka is going to be in charge. He's the GM, and he's going to be the leader of basketball operations going forward. And Ty Lue, I'm told, in his meeting with Jeanie Buss, really made an emotional connection with her in terms of his desire to return to the Lakers. He started there as a player, and how much the organization means to him. That goes a long way with Jeanie Buss, and having people with connections to the Lakers coming back in big roles is important. And another thing, when you're trying to get a job, being able to put together a top assistant coaching staff is important. I'm told that Ty Lue inquired with Tom Thibodeau about being his top assistant with the Lakers. I'm told that Tibbs, that's not the direction he wants to go in yet. He still wants to be a head coach in the league. He's owed some money from Minnesota. He won't be joining Ty Lue's staff, but it shows you the kind of lengths guys are going to go to here to try to impress this Laker ownership group and get this job. And it keeps on going. The story for me today has been the fact that the Rockets flew out to the Bay Area. I, along with others, am reading into that since the series isn't over yet. Are we being a little too dramatic? Is there anything to it? No, there's something to it. And listen, part of what the Rockets wanted to do in this is to kind of rile up the Clippers a little bit and say, hey, we're here. We don't think you're going to win Game 6. So we're here to get ready for Game 1 on Sunday. And what would the Rockets like to happen? They'd like to get that Clipper team a little angrier, a little more motivated. And, of course, the Rockets would love to see a Game 7 between the Clippers and Warriors back at Oracle this weekend. But the one thing that's interesting, if the Clippers did win tonight, when they go back to the Bay Area for a Game 7, I'm told that they would actually be at the same hotel that the Rockets are at. So you'd have one waiting around, one trying to ship them back to Houston. So it's there's some gamesmanship here, and that's the Rockets like that kind of stuff. I love all of this, Woj. Thank you so much. That's gonna be awkward at the gym and the elevators. What do you think about the mind games, Chance, played by the Houston Rockets? And I'm assuming Daryl Morey is a big part of that. Yeah, but if you're Houston, you're saying, listen, if Golden State takes care of business, which they're good on the road in this series, okay. The game is Sunday afternoon. We need to get there. We need practice in the morning. We don't want to fly in and get there at 5, 6 tomorrow night and then play the next afternoon. To me, it just kind of makes sense. Really? Yes. But if the series went all the way, then they'd have to fly back to Houston. If the Clippers figured it out. No, they won't fly back to Houston. They'll just stay right there and, hang out in the Bay. All right, fair enough. If, in fact, the Warriors close things out tonight, is this Houston Rockets team legit? Like, do they have a real shot at taking them out?
Absolutely. I mean, when you see what the Clippers have done with Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, this is going to be James Harden and CP. Clint Capella doing those things. When James Harden gets into the lane, he has the lob for Clint Capella. Those things, if you see those things open for the Clippers, how are you going to stop this duel? When you got Chris, Capella, James Harden, in my eyes, is the MVP. He had a difficult time in the first round because he had to deal with that tall monster in the middle, Gobert. I'm not gonna. No, Gobert. But they don't have that. They don't have that there now in Golden State. They don't have Cousins to clog up the middle, so I can just see James Harden having a field day if Golden State gets past it. His direct quote, by the way, is that you just don't see the Warriors pulling it off at all. That was your quote earlier today. Yes, no? Am I allowed to say that? I feel like if the Warriors get past the Clippers, I don't see them beating Houston. Dang, that's a bold statement. In the playoffs, though, a win is a win. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you the fusion of two of my favorite things, the NBA and drama. The very first installment ever, opening night of Phantom of the Flopera. Oh,
the music.
This is gonna be awesome.
No, this is going to be really good. It's ridiculous and
Chauncey
stupid, and I love it.
Played.
Oh, wow.
Look who's up first, y'all. James Harden.
Oh, the man got hit in his beard. What do you want him to do?
Got hit in the beard.
No, I think
I mean, the beard.
Did not touch the beard.
Oh, he hurt the beard, man. He hurt the beard.
he grabs the neck like something
is
really
part of the
bad
neck.
happened.
Okay, he got hit in the neck. See what I'm saying?
That's
Talk to him, beard.
ridiculous.
He can't be throwing that elbow on the
That's
beard
fine.
like
That's
that.
fine. If this segment lives,
He fractured his beard.
this guy's probably going to be a big part of it. Draymond Green. I'm worried about him. That seemed very.
Oh, that was a legal screen.
Illegal screen.
That was an illegal screen.
You guys
Illegal
are the
screen.
two worst human beings.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
Hey, Patrick Beverly's a tough, short guy.
Yes,
He's
he
strong,
is.
too. Look.
Okay, he's not strong enough to make whatever that
Patrick
was.
Beverly looked
happen.
like somebody's uncle, man. That's
You guys
somebody's
are
uncle. That's
on the
Uncle
wrong
Pat, man.
side of defending this
That's
right
my-
now. Okay,
that's
fine. If
Uncle
you don't
Pat.
agree with this next one, I'm done with you. Blake Griffin and the
Two?
very rare twofer and Reggie Jackson. You don't get these very often, but the double flop is like a unicorn. Bam, bam.
Oh,
Oh, you can't be hitting number one from the
Are you
distance like that.
that looked like an old school.
Double rainbow,
That's
bro.
a foul.
That
That's
is
a
not.
foul.
That looked like an old school Bruce Lee movie.
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me?
That's Bruce.
Those two acted like trucks, just hit
That's
both
Bruce
of them.
Leroy right there.
Bruce Lee.
You guys, that's embarrassing. By the way, please help us out with these.
my bad.
If you see a flop as egregious as those and those words, despite what these two are saying, please just Twitter, hashtag Flopra.
Phantom
Somebody will see
Flopra.
it.
I like
Do you
that.
like it?
I like that.
Okay, good. I'm glad you do. Bill Wolf. At the top of the hour over on ESPN, Kevin Durant and the Warriors looking to close out this first round series against the Clippers. He is a playoff powerhouse. 9 career 40-point playoff games. Among active players, LeBron
45,
James.
and they couldn't win?
LeBron James got a couple more. Lou Will, best bench player in league history. We're going to take a look at how his journey has helped create the most dynamic duo in the NBA that does not start. Over to Clippers.com for that piece. So no team since the 70-71 seasons ever had two bench players averaging 20 points a game in a playoff series. These two guys could do it, Williams and Harrell. Can you please just break it down for all of us how they're so effective?
They have this chemistry and synergy, and obviously they played on a couple different teams together, but they've really figured it out here with the Clippers. I mean, the best sixth man and seventh man in the league. I know seventh man isn't a thing, but these two.
It is now.
Trez is always running into pick and rolls no matter what part of the game it is if Lou has the ball. Anytime Lou is able to get to that mid-range area and it's a wide open shot, the defense made a big mistake. He shoots too good and he gets going, you can't stop him. But you look, here he is again. Sets a rescreen. Here's where Montrez has started to get better. He used to just want to go dunk that on everybody. Now he's starting to get his touch a lot better. Nice little floater right here. He ran away before the ball even hit the rim. He knew it was good. And nobody wants to guard Sweet Lou in isolation plays. Even Klay Thompson, who to me is one of the better one-on-one defenders in the league, he's giving up 6 inches on this play right here. But everybody knows he wants to go left, still can't stop him. Everybody knows he wants to lean back, still can't stop him. And Montrez, the heart and soul of this team. To me, he's the Draymond Green of this team. They feed off of everything he does. He pressures up way out here, knowing he's going to get blown by KD. But guess what? Continues to play. Watch this extra effort right here. And here's what they feed off of. This emotion right here. This is what they need. So you talk about making an impact. Other than James Harden's ISO, these two dudes are the most deadly, got the most points of anybody in the playoffs thus far.
It's the story.
They come off of the bench.
Right, they do. And look, the
It's
Warriors
amazing.
have seen them now. They've seen 5 games worth, about to see their 6th. What can they do at all, if anything, to slow them down?
Well, if you got Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell on the pick and roll, I really think you should trap Lou anytime he comes off the pick and roll. You know, I was in Washington, had a chance to play against Lou when he was in Toronto, and we trapped him a lot. He was very ineffective. And also, you can't let him go left. I mean, that's the scout.
But even
report.
Chauncey said it. They know
but
he's going to.
Similar to how Utah played James Harden, just sit on his left, make him go right because he's so comfortable going left. Now, if he drives all the way going right, you can live with that, but he's much better player when he's driving to his left, getting to the basket, doing his lean away shots or leaning into you for that and one jumper. Those are just some of the things you can do to limit him because he's been a problem for Golden State this series.
How much easier is that said than done? Because you even said it when we were watching the video. Everyone knows what he's going to do, and yet
No,
he's still doing it at will.
You can do it. It's just that they don't respect these guys. For the simple fact, they do come off the bench, and Golden State got this all-star lineup. Lou Williams,
they don't respect him now? Right now they must.
Like maybe now. But coming into the series, they was like, you know, who do we scout up for?
Who are you?
Who are we scouting up for? You know, we didn't play it against LeBron James the last 4 championships. We didn't play it against the best, and now we come into a Clipper team who was kind of put together. They traded Tobias Harris, no real superstar. No respect for them. And these guys came in like a bunch of junkyard dogs, like, we gonna do all the trash work, junk up the game, and the Warriors, they've lost their, you know, their edge with losing Boogie Cousins, and now they only have Draymond Green, like the tough guy out there, but he's only by himself.
All right, 2 guys with the resume that we just saw that they have.
Yeah.
Is not respecting them the most dangerous thing you could actually do?
Yes, it is. I mean, the problem is we talked all year about the lack of depth for the Warriors, right?
Right.
Well, the best 2 players on the Clippers teams come off the bench. So that means they play against a lot of backups. So it's made Steve Kerr change the way that he plays a lot of his starters. You want to match those starters up with those 2 guys. And then no Boogie there. That's not just a numbers thing. That's not just a stats thing. That's a mantra thing. You know, he gives them some toughness. He gives them some edge because they have nobody to match up with Montrezl Harrell. He is just bullying everybody on that team right now.
I mean, no one seems to want to get in his face, including Draymond.
Nah.
Nothing.
Nah, they don't want no smoke with Trez right now.
Not right now.
Fair enough. After this Warriors-Clippers game tonight, you don't want to miss SportsCenter. Scott Van Pelt is going to have post-game coverage of that game. Tim Legler previews the Sixers-Raptors. Our crew down in Nashville, second round of the draft, gets some grades.
Yeah, Broncos.
Oh, yeah, you had a nice day, yeah?
Yes, we did.
All that after Game 6 on ESPN and the... No, not now. He is... Don't start, don't you? Klay Thompson, 12 of 22 from downtown since Game 3.
Who'd the Patriots take, Paul? Wow.
Plus, we take a look at the eastern side of the playoff pool. Best matchups, bigger motivation, and who's going to stop Giannis. Are you kidding me?
I haven't watched the draft.
Got some spray?